Hey, it's your boy DZ. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna talk about this here judge that's on the YSL Rico case. He has made a decision whereas though he's not gonna allow Young Thug's attorney to play the lyrics, but he allowed the prosecutor to reference the lyrics as in the context the prosecution wants the lyrics to be in. And I'm going to play the video from the judge, but I just want to let it be known that this game that is their game, they play the game whereas though they want to sell things the way they want to sell things to the jury. And at the same time, the prosecutor makes it whereas though it's hard for the attorney to bring things in as a defense. And if you've been paying attention to this trial, right, the prosecutor has said different things, brought different evidence, but when the defense tries to object to a lot of things, the prosecutor is overruling it. So I want to know, do y'all think that this prosecutor is biased? You know, from what I see, I feel that he is a little bit biased. So I want to know what y'all think, but I'm going to play this video of him in the courtroom making a decision that he's making, saying that, no, you can't play the song. You can play it at another time. But it's very crucial for Young Thug's attorney to address it while it's fresh in the jury's mind, as in letting the jury hear the song and let him break down the context. Even if you feel that Young Thug did it, or if you didn't feel like he didn't do it, if he's guilty or not guilty, the attorney should still have the right to defend his client. And with this system, the justice system that they call it, it's not fair on both sides. The prosecutor is working for the state. The judge is working for the state. Where does the fairness come in if you don't allow both parties to make their point on a certain situation? And this is how things is going, man. But I'm going to let y'all check this out, and I want y'all to tell me how you feel about it. And I'm going to commentate along the way a little bit, but I want y'all to listen to this, how the judge is just rejecting. And he doesn't want to let it be in. Even if the lyrics meant what the prosecution said, the defense has the ability to present what they want the lyrics to be. It goes both ways, because the prosecution could be making up their way and the defense could be making up their way. But you shouldn't let it be one-sided when you're going to a jury to get them to view how they view. You're just making it one-sided. So now it's going to be in the jury's mind only what the prosecution said. And these are the games that's played at this level. That's why it's very important not to commit crimes. It's very important to try to stay away from all negative activity. Anything that can put you in this situation where you have to fight for your life, it's very important for you to be mindful. And a lot of people don't be mindful. And we all go through things in life. Some people don't get the opportunity to correct their mistakes. So if you got the opportunity to correct your mistakes, be on top of that. Don't not take advantage of correcting your mistakes. But I'm going to play this so y'all can let me know. And if you can, leave a comment and let me know what you feel if the judge is being biased, whether you feel Thug is guilty or not. Is the judge being biased in this situation? That's the important part to this.
Steele, anything, sir? In regards to, I guess, it'd be Williams 38 for identification.
I made my record. There are no differences in lyrics. Prosecution introduced lyrics out of context on redirect. under the rule of completeness and under truthfulness to this jury, I would like to do what you already ruled and play the song. And I don't even understand how we're at 24-6-613, prior consistent statement. That's not even close. I mean, we're talking about, you're saying, okay, it's snowing, and we're talking about, well, let's go, so since it's snowing, let's get our pails and shovels to dig up the sand. I mean, this is crazy, their argument. So I didn't bring this up.
Okay,
No intention of playing it.
Mr. Steele, I do understand that. I really do. But
I just want to play the song.
But you can't at this point in time.
Yes, I can. It was brought up with this.
Okay, but you know what? It's still inadmissible at this point. It's not admissible at this point. I would agree with the state under 801, 24-8-801 A through C, 802 and 613.
At some point, the confrontation clause has to speak in this courtroom. The state of Georgia asked and leveled words made by Mr. Williams. I want to put those words in proper.
Okay, but you won't be able to do it through him. It's objectionable.
Right person.
It's objectionable at this point in time. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not, like I told you before. It's not that it may not be objectionable at this point, but if evidence comes in for different reasons, Mr. Steele, at this point in time, it's just not coming in. I'm not saying that it won't come in at some point in time.
This court is handcuffing the Constitution. Then I move to strike everything said by Mr. Stevens in its entirety, because I can't confront him. You have the awesome power to control these proceedings. But the state of Georgia, wide open that door. I didn't mention anything.
Okay, but that does not make the evidence any less inadmissible. It doesn't.
They took words out of context. And I want to put the words in its entirety the way they are. You should be able to let me see the road to do that, Your Honor.
I just can't let you do it right now, Mr. Steele. It's because the state's objected to it, and I agree with them under 801 A through C.
But they're wrong. Mr. Carlson has no clue what he's talking about. He's wrong. He wasn't here. And just to throw around a name because he wrote a book, this is not applicable, Your Honor. The state of Georgia said, this is what Mr. Williams said. I'm saying, actually, what he said was this, and I'm putting in the completion of the story. You know what this song is about? It's about coming from nothing. It's about telling your kids, not that you're riding around with a body. It's about telling your kids, if you live under the circumstances that a gentleman like Mr. Williams did, you may have to kill somebody because they're going to kill you. It's self-defense. The state of Georgia wrapped all that up in little lyrics and misconstrued what they are. I have every right. I need to put this in. And it's not good enough to say later, Judge, this trial, I have no clue. I've never been in a case like this. This trial may go on till Super Bowl next year. I don't want to do it in 7 months. It is right now, and I should have the authority to do it, Your Honor. You know, I'm doing everything that I know to be upfront. I give everything that I don't have to give. I give everybody a heads up, and it gets spun around. I get to play this song, the song I want to play, and I ask you not to keep doing this and listening. Once you ruled it's coming in, which one? The state was saying before lunch, I'm somehow changing the lyrics. The lyrics don't change, I tell you that. Now it's all of a sudden another reason. Your Honor, you have ruled. I use your ruling, I embrace them, and I am correct. There has to be a point that we have traction here too. It is a two-way street.
Well, remember, Mr. Steele, I can always, one of the things about being a trial judge is you can reverse your rulings. And also, here's the other thing as well. You all as a group, kind of release or give me snapshots at any given point in time. And I make a ruling on it. Then more comes out, and I sometimes at that point when I get a full picture of everything, because remember, this is part of what challenge I told you about earlier. When it unfolds this way, I don't get to make the best ruling I can at the first time. So Unfortunately, I'm kind of hamstringed in terms of that, but I do have a mechanism of kind of reconsidering. I want to get it right just like anybody else does.
Your Honor, I learned about it today. Today, dropping jewels was mentioned on redirect. I brought it to the court's attention and the DA's attention even before that. Your Honor.
And that's why I'm not fussing at anybody about it. I'm not, Mr. Steele.
I get to put it into perspective.
Not now.
Oh, Judge, please take a
Not now.
break and reconsider, because this is important.
Everything's important, Mr. Steele. Everything.
But good. Then I need to put it in. You told me over and over again, there's a battle of the times. You could cross-examine. Well, I'm here.
Okay, you're doing your job.
I want to do this. Every time the state wants to put in something like that last video of Mr. Stevens, I strenuously object. You overrule it and you say you can deal with it on cross. Well, the state's the one who opened the door. I get to go into this. They just mentioned a song and lyrics from the song. They knew what they were doing today. They brought lyrics with them. It was mentioned before Mr. Stevens ever came. They didn't ask you, hey, I'm going to mention lyrics. They just do it. I get to respond. Your Honor, this is critical to me. They are trying to paint Mr. Williams as a person he is not. This is a good man. And I get to show the truth about that song. I didn't introduce the song. I gave it in discovery because I will introduce it later. But now it's right. And if you don't let me do it, jurors form opinions. I know you're instructed, but they form opinions. That's why we confront witnesses immediately. It is wrong to exclude it. At this time, it was wrong to exclude respectfully lifestyle. They put in the rich gang shirts. I want to show what lifestyle is. You told me do it with another witness. Your Honor, this is the witness. I need to do this. This is the only
Mr.
way
Steele,
I can
the other
get their trial.
Look, you have the right to present whatever it is that you feel you must on Mr. Williams' behalf, as each advocate does here. But there is a certain order. As you all know, that the evidence code requires certain pieces of evidence to be admitted. So subject, or unless they're by agreement, if there's an objection, then I have to rule on it.
Judge, this was the state's doing. They used part of a song. How is it just? You're a great man. How is it just that the state got to put in with their own inflection of voice on lyrics and say, is this what the song says? And Mr. Stevens saying, yes, it does. Next lyric, is this what the song says? Yes, it is. The next lyric, is this what the song says with the expression? I'm not going to say it, but the emphasis on the word F. U blank K. And then I sit here mute. That's just, they did this. And I get to put it in perspective.
Okay, but
I need to do it now. And it is right now because it's a rule of completeness. The witness knows the song. He knew it from his memory. Miss Love was saying, you know the song, and here it's the song. Here are the lyrics. I want to put in the actual song. The way I want to put it in the video, and then we're done. But Judge, to exclude it, it makes it look like I'm conceding it, and I'm not. And I would not have. And to hide behind a hearsay statement when you open the door on that specific statement. I was thinking about this over lunch. What if the police officer, for example, said, yes, Mr. Williams gave a statement to me, and he admitted being there at the time of the incident. And then the state sits down. And then I want to get up and I want to say, I want the whole statement in. Mr. Williams admitted that he was there at the time of the statement to help the victim. How is that not the same here? The state is saying, Mr. Williams said this, 1, 2, 3, I think it was 4 different lyrics. Why can't I say, but Mr. Williams put in context, and that is what the song's about. The state cannot now tell the court, let's keep it away. It is wrong. Your Honor, I'm not begging. I am respectfully requesting this honorable court to do what you already ruled, and you do have all the information. It was the state's doing. It's not like I'm just standing up and saying, I want to play every one of Mr. Williams' songs. I picked the song because the state picked the song. I picked the words because the state picked only a portion of the words. And I picked the Tiny Desk because it's clarity. It's easy to hear the words and the lyrics. That is all admissible. If the state wants to play the other rendition, I don't care. Play it all day long. But it's not for the state to tell me what I can and cannot do on admissible evidence. And I ask the court to please permit me to try this case so the man has an opportunity to get the truth out. It has been maligned.
Steele, anything, sir?
Hey, for those who don't understand, in this situation here, the prosecution is presenting their case, and they know the game. They know certain things they can do to put that image in the jury's head. They introduced the lyrics in the trial. They wanted to have Young Thug's lyrics presented in the trial so they could paint the image of what type of person he is from his music. But on this situation here, they took note of the lyrics from out the song. And what they did was they questioned Young Thug's boy, YSL Tick, about certain lyrics inside the song and questioned him as if, were these lyrics here of God? Were these referencing anything to the Lord? And YSL Tick said no. But how they broke it down, they made sure that they said everything negative out the song. So if it was some things inside the song that wasn't so negative, they didn't add that in there. And what Young Thug's lawyer is trying to do, he is trying to play the whole song so that he can put it into context of how he wants it to be in the context. But the prosecution objected to that because they don't want the whole song played. They just want the lyrics that they want to be presented so that it can paint the image into the jury's mind. And this is the game of the justice system. Whereas though they want to paint a picture the way that they want to paint the picture and not allow you to be able to defend it to the extent you want to defend it. So his lawyer is arguing, pleading with the judge to give him the right, saying that he has the right to be able to answer to this accusation by playing the song, but the judge is telling him, not right now. You can play the song later. We don't want to hear it right now. You can play it later. You got to remember, the prosecution and the judge work for the state. Their hand is tied together. The jury ultimately makes the decision. But these two people work for the same entity. So why would they want to be in your best interest? It doesn't help the state get a conviction if the judge is weighing on your side as well. So you really don't have a win in these situations when you put yourself in these situations. You have to be mindful about the system. And this is what guys that are into the street don't pay attention to. When you run in the streets all day, you have no knowledge of anything about the law. You don't do any studying. You just study how to do things in the street. You lack the knowledge of the outcome of the street life. You can't see what's in front of you in your future. I want y'all to leave a comment and let me know what you think about this. Do you think the judge is being biased in this situation by not allowing Young Thug's attorney to play the song and address the lyrics as he wants the lyrics played in the song so the jury can hear it in the song context instead of what they just want to pick out of it? This is their game. Now, if Young Thug is guilty or not, that's not my decision. I'm not the jury. But when you are in position in life, you have to be mindful about putting yourself in these situations. Because if they feel that they can stick it to you, they will. When you get inside of their playing field, which is that courtroom, the ball is in their court. It's their game. And they're not going to play it fair. You might want it to be fair. You might feel it should be fair. But they're not going to play that game fair. Because it's about convictions. It's not about right or wrong. It's about convictions. To the young brothers coming up, man, you got to watch what you do. They don't care when you get in this situation. So when you out there with that non-caring attitude, displaying them crazy behaviors, this is the outcome. They will try to stick it to you. If they can, they will stick it to you. They go home every night. They don't care if you get life in jail. They don't care if you get 5, 10, 20 years in jail. The prosecutor made a statement a couple weeks ago. I get paid the same amount regardless. It's a business, man. You want to stay away from their business in the criminal aspect. You can't think they're going to play fair, man. But I hope things work out for Thug, man. I hope he gets through it, man. Share this video, man. Hit that like button, man. And leave a comment, man. Let me know what you feel about it, man. It's your boy DZ, man. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Now.